Okay, it is the Friday, no, Saturday. It is the Saturday after the Monday when I got that lovely box of doll heads from Ragdoll Customs. Thanks again so much for that. So I have spent the week, juggling around with some of the doll heads in the box with some of the doll bodies that I have on hand for now. And I have I made 12 matches. 13 if I can get a repaint to work out the way I want it to, and so far it has been resisting, so I definitely have 12 dolls. And even though I have not finished posting all of my dressing dolls videos from the last round of dolls I dressed in February, I'm going to go ahead and record this and get it posted in due time. I have decided that for this one I'm going to do 3 dolls per video. Like I said, unless I get that 13th doll done, then I will put 4 dolls into one video. But hopefully keeping at 3 dolls per video means the videos won't be too long. So let's get started. For these first 3 dolls in this video, I have chosen some dolls that are not fully articulated. They're a little more traditional doll body, with no elbows and clicky knees. And the first one is this Rika, who, again, the head was in the box from Ragdoll Customs. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to, I know Phantasm Creations, who's one of the local doll people who's provided me with a lot of cloth that I have sewn with recently and interestingly, and then Ragdoll Customs. So if I misspeak and call it Ragdoll Creations instead of Ragdoll Customs, it's because I'm thinking of Phantasm Creations. Anyway, Ragdoll Customs sent the straight Rika head, and I happen to have a Rika body on hand. So this was able to turn into just a standard Rika, however you pronounce it, doll. So that means I will be going to my small dolls bags of clothes. And we'll start with this dresses bag, see if there's anything in here. Again, I have not thought at all about how I would like to dress this doll. I just know that she needs clothes. Let's see. I don't know if I should try to work with the bright orange lipstick paint color, or just kind of ignore it and dress her in whatever. Because another doll I'm going to be dressing, excuse me, at some point has that 1980s Jules Secret Skipper head, and her face paint is like light blue eyes and peachy lips, and she has that blonde hair, but the actual doll was dressed in red and white, and there's still red ribbon in her hair. I left it in there to remind me that the dolls, I guess, don't necessarily need to be dressed coordinating with their face paint. It's just, I think my brain likes to take the face paint as a cue for how to dress the doll. And since I have, I had years of making Blythe size clothes, so I have a decent amount of stuff that should fit the Rika body. But then again, it's all kind of older stuff. So if I want to use the older stuff, I mean, I have no choice today because I have not been sewing. But do I want to start sewing for Blythe-ish size again? All the dolls I'm going to dress today have variations on Blythe size bodies, with the Rika body being a little bit smaller than Blythe. But still pretty close. Oh wow, I hadn't even noticed there are pink stains on the doll arm. Not too much of a bother right now. See, that has peachy tones that will coordinate with lipstick. Like I said, I don't need to coordinate with the lipstick, but I'm thinking about it. This is made from, I thrifted somebody's sewing box once, and it had a bunch of odds and ends of fabric inside, one of which led to one of my favorite early Blythe Momoko size dresses. This was originally cut out in like a Holly Hobby applique shape for quilting. If you know quilting, that would make sense. This one was, it obviously had a big floral feature in the center that had been cut out, so I was still left with this sort of slightly more canvas-like fabric with the peripheral flowers, not the feature flowers. Like I said, the feature flowers were long gone by the time it got to me, and I've always kind of liked, you know, my doll philosophy is make what you can with what you have, instead of getting an idea and then doing everything you can to create that idea. So just, I've always liked the way this dress looked, because I feel like I made pretty good with what I had. But it's also a little more, since it's a heavier fabric. I also made this around 2006 or 7, so it kind of associated with the Huna Moof dolls, which had sort of more stylized and not to scale, and I've been eating oranges, so my cuticles are kind of yellow, sorry. It had more not to scale weights of doll cloth, so this also makes me think that it would go with more unrealistic dolls. That's why I'm hesitating. Yes, that was a lot of babble about why I'm not just putting that dress on this doll immediately. And you're listening to these videos for the babble, right? Of course, you can do Halloween all year. Again, I don't need to coordinate with that orange, but she has purple eyes too, so I'm tempted to at least see how this dress looks on her, just because the coordination with the orange lips and the purple eyeshadow. Or not purple eyeshadow, purple eyes. I'm thinking too far ahead of what I'm actually doing. Now, I think your shoulder's a little bit broader than Blythe. Or did I just make this more snug than usual? I don't know. Oh yeah, and the yellow of her hair coordinates with the yellow. Yeah, I might go with this just because the coordination is so good. You have the purple in the print coordinating with the purple in her iris. You have the orange in the print coordinating with the orangey tone of her lipstick. You have the yellow in the print coordinating with her hair, and you have the sort of darker orangey color of the print coordinating with her brownish orange eyeshadow, maybe? Of course, I want to be nitpicky though. The earrings are white, well, the dress is cream, and I see fuzz in her hair. Hold on. It is a universal truth that enough doll heads stored together over time will start accumulating fibers that you had no idea were even in the environment, as well as cat hair. So I could go with this Halloween dress just because it matches her so perfectly. I might wait till closer to Halloween to go with that though, because as much as I love Halloween, spring is teasing us. The weather is teasing us with springtime. I heard spring peepers when I stepped outside on the back deck briefly today. So I'm a little more inclined to try to give her springtime clothes, maybe. I say as I grab the one with the skull and crossbones print. But it's pastel skull and crossbones print. See, again, this was made for a Blythe body. So it kind of is intended for a slightly longer waist than Mika has. It might work. See, I might go with that. Maybe. It's been a long time since I've gotten into the Blythe-sized bag with the intention of dressing a Blythe-sized body. So usually I'm paying attention to the larger dresses in here. And like I said, a lot of these are made a while ago. Not necessarily that my style has changed, it's more that I've kind of I've been using these for so long that it's hard for me to see them with fresh eyes. is better to reuse doll clothes you already have, right? Dressy doll. This was a fabric I got from somebody. It has a little ice and cheese on it. And then yes, I showed off and made actual working buttonholes on it. They don't always latch well, so you have to keep rebuttoning them. But that's due to errors on my part, more than any problems with making working buttonholes at this scale. The biggest problem with making working buttonholes at this scale is finding buttons. Alright, so I think I'm good with this dress, but does she want a jacket? So I don't know if I have any pale pastel cardigans in the smaller doll size. I know I have this like more bold pink cardigan. I mean, she doesn't need a cardigan, even with the staining on her arm, which probably isn't staining. If I use the magic eraser, I can probably get that off. And this was before I started using the, this is long before I started using the more lightweight, low profile hook and loop tape, and it's kind of a mess back there. Would fit in my coordinate, but it's really against the overall springtime vibe. That one too. I don't even know what size doll this one was intended for. Seems like it might be a little heavier than I want for springtime. Even though, again, they're dolls. They don't care. You know, I think I still have some jackets. Did I put the sock aside? I thought about putting the sock aside, you know, the sock I keep in here, so it can cover the ends of doll arms so the fingers are less likely to catch in the fabric. I was thinking about putting it aside. I don't know if I did. No, I didn't, but there it is. Okay. Like I said, I already managed to lose one of those socks, so I'll keep hold of that one. Anyway, I was saying, I think I still have some jackets erroneously stored in the small doll separates bag, which has also reached a point where it's hard to close. It's a Star Darlings jacket. Wrong color completely, and well, it's lined, so maybe it wouldn't stain, but stain danger is always on your mind. World camo. Actually, a little long for it, Rika. I think that Creative World camo jacket might be the only jacket in here. No, but that's red, which is all wrong. Put this on backwards. I don't mean this seriously. I know the sleeve's too long. Just and also because of the way, oh no, that one's actually made. A lot of times older Barbie clothes, I don't know, maybe the new ones do, would either have no shoulder seam or no side seam. Usually no shoulder seam. So it would be cut very, very strangely and everything on the back would be at an angle because that's what it had to do to actually be folded around into the right shape for the body. I don't know if that made sense. I'm thinking while talking again, which never goes well. Okay, I guess there will be no jacket. This is going to be like a really, really, really long time to make a doll wear just a dress. Don't want to do anything with her hair. I did brush it even though it was crimped, just because it was getting tangled. I just want to go straight to shoes, or do I want some hosiers of some sort? These are those Mary Kay and Ashley doll shoes that got really popular for Blythe. Although on this pair, the strap actually had split. I got them thrifted. The strap had actually split on one or both of them, so I cut it off and replaced it with a bow. I also have these Reman shoes, which are pretty much made for Rika and Blythe size. Maybe Blythe more than Rika because Rika's feet are wider. I don't want to stress. Oh, I do have, okay. My one pair of actual Rika shoes, I do have, so yeah, that's what she'll wear. I wasn't sure if they were free or not. And they work with the outfit more or less. Is it really going to take me 15 minutes to put a doll in a dress and wear shoes? Maybe she'll get a hat, maybe she'll get a bow, maybe she'll get a crown? Crown? Maybe. Let's see. Goggles. There's a package of Rika crowns on Mandarake right now that is so tempting. It's earrings and crowns and necklaces and scepters, which I think all those cool, but they're also vacuum metallized metallic plastic purses, which is a little beyond my kind of thing I would use for my dolls, but the rest of it is so much fun. And the child is home and dealing with allergies. I mean, we all are. But when I make horrible sounds due to allergies, I can edit them out of the video. I do kind of like these glasses, but I don't like the angle. They are in her head and they actually sit in her ears. Okay. Just looking quickly. Yes, I have. I always loved, okay, this is pretty bad shape. I always loved these cocktail umbrellas. As a kid, I always saved them for my dolls. Actually, a few years ago in a thrift store, I found some cocktail umbrellas that are almost in scale with dolls. They're properly large enough. I don't use them very often. I pretty much just use them for photos because I don't want to destroy them because they are so delicate. But just so you know, there are larger format cocktail umbrellas. See this, you know this is the one I've used for dolls since I put the bead on the end. Isn't that a wonderful size for dolls? Like I said, I found these in a thrift store. I did find them online. I forget what they were called, but they're about 6 inches, or 15 millimeters across. And it seems like those sizes will what help me find more. So if you want to look for them, there are paper parasols that are the correct scale for dolls. This is the box full of heads, just in case you're curious enough if I've ever shown you. It's very heavy. Okay, so it's not a very fancy outfit, but in this covered cat hair. There's it again. Alright, this next doll is that Famosa, the Spanish toy company, that the Famosa, what's she called, I Love Minnie Mouse, or Minnie Mouse fan doll head sold by the Disney resorts, Disney worlds, Disney theme parks, sold by Disney. And it originally had brown hair, which was not a great fiber, even though it was in good condition and not a color I like. So I cut it off, and I discovered that as large as the head is very strangely shaped, and can wear Liv and Snapstar wigs. This is, I believe, Snapstar Yuki's wig that I have been obsessively trimming hairs off of, although they come out, unfortunately, alarmingly easily. And I put her on a standard Blythe body, one of the things that James sent. Thanks again so much. Let's see, does the camera recognize this as a face? No. Anyway, okay, so back into the Blythe clothes bag. I like her a lot more with the black bob. Again, I don't know if I want to put her just straight in this, because she is so much more unrealistic that maybe the more stylized, heavier dress could work with her. Or do I want to play off the ha 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 Disney thing and give her the mouse dress, which I only just thought of. Actually, this dress was made for either a Dynamite Girls or a Susie, R&D Susie, so it's a little longer than I would actually like, generally on the Blythe body. So I don't think I'll do that. I know I keep pulling out this pose doll thing, just because it's, not pose doll, dress me doll thing, just because it's so ridiculous. It is no coverage, it's falling apart, terrible shape, but that patina of age is what I find so appealing. So I'm just doing this out of curiosity, because she would need something under. Whoa, this is actually, will be suitable for a much larger doll than Blythe's size. Probably should not put it back into the Blythe size bag. Just set it aside, maybe. I have hair in my mouth. Can't imagine where that came from. Maybe I'll figure out what doll that fits at some other point. Let's see. Yellow's not really my color. She has yellowish green spots in her eyes. And I know I said that the dress with the mice on it was larger than I like to put, was longer than I like to put on dolls. You know, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? But, okay, it was just that particular length. This length, extra long, is fine. See, it seems like I have other dresses that are like that length, but in more me colors. That's not it. Multicolored cats. Oh, yeah, oh, that's something to think about. Since I'm actually using Blythe body I could use the rompers that I made that really only fit Blythe bodies. Where are the other ones? I don't remember what the other ones I have are. I know there's one with a really cheesy Christmas print on it. And of course that's the next one I find. This is one of the ugliest Christmas prints I've ever seen, so I couldn't resist it. Of course, in retrospect, Christmas print romper, it's not very North American. Because it's not warm in winter here. Let's see. I made this a long time ago too. That's Takara dress. I'm not sure if it's Virginia or Rika. It actually fits both. It annoys me though because there's like 2 layers of fabric and the layer underneath is a little bit larger than it should be, so they don't sit properly. The alien dress is always fun, and I picked that up a lot. Okay, here's another romper. Thought I had one that was again yellow. This I made in like 2004 or 5 when I was making dresses to sell to get money to buy my very first Blythe. This one didn't sell, but it's fine. I liked it so much, and it obviously inspired these dresses that I made so many of and sold on Etsy for years. So I'm glad I still have that dress. And what I'm looking for, if I have, I think I have, like I said, I think I have a yellow romper. It's in a print like that, but not exactly. But maybe not. I am digesting, sorry if you heard that. I had this jumpsuit made too. I was making jumpsuits for a while. Okay, so maybe I don't have yellow lumber. What you doing, camera? Okay, you're just making noises. Or did you just, maybe you're clicking over to the next file. Anyway, this would work with her because of the black hair. This would work because it's random. Okay, putting Christmas away. The alien dress, I think it goes without saying why it would work. Might do that. And I know I'm being thinking about a yellow dress just because I don't use yellow a lot, but the yellow-green dots in her eyes coordinate with it. But like I said again, I need to stop trying to coordinate the doll's coloration with the clothes so strongly, because that was leading to like video from last month's dressing dolls session where it took me how long to put a doll in a red Barbie roller skate Barbie romper because she had red lipstick and I just couldn't imagine her putting in anything but red. So I should probably be more loose with my ideas of what dolls can wear what. Like I said, that Jewel Secret skipper who was wearing red, even though none of her makeup is anywhere near red. It's really making me think about that. What I'm doing right now is trying to get the seam allowance to point up, because that makes a difference. If the waist seam allowance points down, then the bloomer part will be floofier on top. If it points up, it will be a little more controlled, and I prefer it to be a little more controlled. I think I am going to leave her in that, because, like I said, it's been so long since I've had a doll who's actually been able to wear these rompers. But what else? And this is a Snapstars wig. It's the only Snapstars wig I have. But I know from other people who have reported that Snapstars wigs are not the best quality. And I'm finding that out as I keep getting hair fibers coming out in my hands when I just try to move them out of the way. Let's see, do I want to give her socks, or do I want to just go straight to the, oh no, those are so loose, she needs socks. I don't know if I have anything else that might even come near. I think these are Penny Bright shoes. Those would need socks too. The shoes that came on my... I know Agatita's shoes would need socks as well. Alright, so down to the socks box. I think I did put some of the hair, more slender Barbie flats. It's a little long, but width-wise it fits on this body. Oh, hold on, I want to check something. One of the dolls that I'm going to dress at some point soon has, it's a gymnast body with flat feet, and I tried carving the feet down, and I know I should do it more, but I don't have the patience, so I was hoping it would be enough to fit in this shoe, even though I don't like it, but it's still a little bit too big. I've been meaning to try that, just to see if it works for a while, and since I was here, I did, and it didn't, so it's more to think about. Oh, come on, shit. Okay, little rubbery foot, come on. I'm pretty sure you will fit into this Barbie shoe. Maybe not. Is this for... Now that has the Barbie B on the bottom, so it should be the same size as this one. It's just a question of getting it started on the floppy Blythe foot. Alright, so that does fit. I don't think it works. Same. Alright, back down to the socks like I was doing originally. Alright, I want to coordinate or contrast the pinks and reds and blacks and whites. I was thinking of these most beloved Generation Girl Mari socks. I tend to save those for special dolls, which I don't know if this is considered a special doll or not. She's a lot of fun. Maybe I just do pink. What else is in here? I could do green as a contrast. That would probably call for green jewelry. Can you even see? No, you cannot see what I'm doing up here on top of the box of socks. Or I could just go with white. Completely unblithy white lace-top stockings. These are for female action figures. Well, actually, they're from shoes that were sold for female action figures. How about the cable knit socks? These are socks I made ages ago from a pair of cable knit baby tights that I got in a dollar store. Oddly, I don't know what happened to the entire rest of the pair of tights. I don't think I made anything else from them. Least of all, not more socks like I meant to. Maybe I just gave the whole pair of tights to somebody else who sews for dolls. Cat hair. So I'm going to try those white socks. What shoes was I thinking of for this? This might not work with these thick socks. After all. I didn't realize that pair had them broken. The pair where I replaced the strap, the ribbons, they were broken like this. As is this one. Like I said, the joke of using excuse me, these shoes is that they are also made by Famosa for a completely different, even less realistic doll than this one. I mean, if you've followed me for a while, you might know what Famosa Agatita looks like. Hold on. This is Famosa Agatita. As you can see, she has 0 facial features. It's entirely, her face is entirely printed. And her body is very highly stylized. Her torso is almost heart-shaped because Agatories de la Prada uses a lot of hearts in her designs. However, this body is roughly life-size, so this body has a decent amount of clothing options. She just happens to be wearing this second-hand crochet dress right now. Okay, so that's why it would be amusing to put these shoes on this doll, because the head is Famosa. And then I drop the shoes there. Try these curvy shoes. These Kern shoes. Kern heels are funny because they're actually made for a doll who does not have high heel feet, so the angles are very weird. Where do I want to use this? Mystery shoe. I have no idea where this shoe is from. I can't remember if somebody gave it to me or if I actually thrifted it. I want to say I got it from a thrift store, but it might have been given to me. But it fits Blythe perfectly. Even though, like I said, yellow's not really matching the rest of the outfit. I mean, if I wanted to go for not matching outfit, I could do these remit shoes too. They're a little loose. I don't know if they're loose enough to put those socks. There's the shoe. Wow, is this going to be a video of nothing but me putting dolls in a one-piece item with a pair of shoes and that's it? Maybe. Alright, though, I will be finding something yellow to put elsewhere on the doll, because I do like to distribute the colors, the accent colors. I generally try to go for 3.5 points of an accent color, just so it makes sense, which I usually end up doing because I'll have a doll with a very limited number of shoe options. So I'll start doing those colors elsewhere. I know I have yellow bracelets that had been on another doll for years and only recently freed. Alright, this is going to introduce some green too. Actually, I'm going to put this on that side. I want to put the bracelets on the other side. Yes, that makes, in my mind, this doll left-handed. Because in my mind, you put all the bracelets on your non-dominant hands, so your dominant hand's free to do dominant hand things, like writing and just saw a thread. I don't know if I can get it off. Or was that cat hair? What was cat hair? Okay. Now I could be picky and say, well, there's green introduced by that. I need to find green elsewhere, but I'm going to say that goes with their eyes because there's a little bit of blue on it too. But I do want to see if, or do I? Let's see if there's anything in her hair. As I pull off another strand. Or do I want to do just one? I think I want to do just one bracelet. Okay, I was looking for, no. Although do I want to introduce this because, well, it is yellow, it is translucent yellow, and nothing else she's wearing is translucent yellow. Don't want to be that picky. I might have to put a bit of tape inside her shoes just to make sure they stay. I don't think I have any yellow belts. Actually, not. Yeah, those are a little bit too small for this giant head. Since I'm not terribly fond of yellow, it means I haven't used any of the yellow bandages yet, so I'll go ahead and grab one of those. Let's see, we have yellow there, and there, and there, and there, so... Guess I will move this to this side, even though it makes more sense on the plain side. So this is how I think of doll stuff. It's like, I need my accent colors, but they need to be balanced. They need to like zigzag up and down the body, which means that I can put the bandage on this side. So yeah, the shoes are yellow, and then it zigs to that side, and then that side, and then that side, and then that side. So that feels balanced to me. Oh yeah, I was going to get tape. Oh, I was also going to see if I got distracted by sunglasses. I don't think I have any. I guess I could grab a scarf and use this scarf for a belt. Let's see, that's purses. Scarves, or is that shirts? Oh yeah, that is scarves. Again, though, I don't have a lot of yellow because I'm not generally a fan of yellow. It might be too much. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And we'll look in the belt bag if I can find it. There could be something yellow in here that I've been ignoring for years because, like I said, I'm not fond of yellow. No. pink belt. Gold belt, this thing, oh, that's cool. Okay. Anyway, let me grab regular tape instead of double stick because there's some room inside this shoe for a rolled up bit of tape. Whereas when I was fighting with the double stick tape on that midge, there wasn't a lot of room in those shoes. Alright. Although this is going to be sticking the width of the roll, whereas the double stick tape is of course flat. But I think we're going to go with this. Yeah, I really would like that to be on this side with the solid pink, but it's not gonna work with all the other stuff because I really want this clip on this side because of the way I styled the wig. So that just sets everything in motion. So yeah, that's how I think about dressing dolls. Yeah. $3 per video is probably a good idea. Alright, so the third doll in this video is one of those, the African American Sunshine family, the Black Sunshine family was known as the Happy Family. Ragdoll Customs sent 2 heads, one of which had rhinestones replacing the original weird eye chips, and the other one was just missing the weird eye chips. And if you've seen that video, you saw how much I marveled that the face actually looked pretty good without the eye chips. So what I did was I just painted them. Come on, you can focus. Maybe. If you're like, okay, I think that's focused. I just painted them the place where the eye chip should be. I painted them black and put some gloss in it so there's a little bit of sparkle. And she is on a vintage reproduction Francie body because it's all I had on hand that was a match for this head sculpt skin tone, because this is, of course, a precious skin tone when it comes to articulated bodies. Doll companies, you need to do better. So, actually though, I think the resulting doll is very cute. She's super 70s. I mean, this head is copyright. There's no way it's going to focus on this. 1973. And of course the Francie body is from the 60s. Does it still have the 1965 copyright on it? Yeah. So, this is a doll that could conceivably have been put together, you know, 48 years ago. Okay, I don't think these came out, well, okay, I don't think this particular version of this head sculpt came out until 75 or 76. But still, okay, let's say 40-some years ago this doll could have existed, and that just amuses me. Alright. Now, the Francie body is a little bit larger than Blythe, but can kind of wear some Blythe things, especially since what I have in this box is, or not box, this bag, it's like roughly Blythe size. Like, I know I made this a little bit larger than Blythe. I did do a little bit of paint on her lips. I had painted fuller lips, they looked terrible, and when I wiped it off, what was left just kind of filled in the carved lip line. So I left that. Oh, there's a tiny bit of her original lip there. So, I mean, this is very basic, but it is something from this bag that does fit this body. I mean, I have this, which I made experimentally, that I know probably it needs to go on a smaller body like this, maybe live. I know the first doll I put this on after I made it, because when I made it, it was an experiment and it didn't quite turn out as the size I wanted it, and it's a little small for even the old Barbie articulated fashionista's body, which is what was current when I made this. But the fact that I made the witch hat to go with it, I really don't want to cover up her little... Well, I could cover up her little puff of hair. Maybe in the future, though. Not now. I don't want to cover up her little hair. Which, again, this doll was originally supposed to have her hair down in, I suppose, a sensible 1970s mom style. So, of course, the first thing I wanted to do was put it up. I had to trim a lot of stray hairs out of her bangs that were obviously from the back of her hair that got brought forward. And since I did that, the doll just looked a lot better, too. I could put her in this, it's going to be super short. And also, since it was made for more Blythe size, it might not quite fit her. I mean, I could get into the Barbie stuff too. The Barbie stuff will fit this body just a little generously. This is also something I made a little larger, but it's more fall, winter feel. And like I said, springtime is coming. We're ready-ish. This I made for the old Kern body. This would probably fit. Yeah, I don't need to remember every place I got every fabric or why I made it, and even a rough idea of when I made it. But I do. That's why I'm I wouldn't say great source. When I say great, I don't mean wonderful. When I say great, I mean big source of general doll trivia, because it tends to get in my brain and just stick. I made this for that doll, I call it Eliza, who has a MGA, America's Next Top Model, torso with gymnast Barbie extremities. Oh wow, she's a little bit smaller than Francie. It's a officially licensed Matisse print that I got from the clearance section the only time I've ever been to the one hoity-toity quilting fabric store in Nashville. It is a cute dress, though. Actually, I don't know if I made this for Eliza, but I know I have old pictures of Eliza wearing it also. See, I don't remember every reason I made every doll item. Just more than I should. I should have put this on a doll for Valentine's Day when I was dressing dolls last month. It's a little late to realize that now, because I could give her the mouse dress. That would probably work. This is another dress I made for a smaller than Barbie torso. And it ends up on a lot of dolls a lot too. It's a rather romantic type thing, which could work. I think this is a very versatile head sculpt once you get beyond the bizarre eyes that they originally had. It could be a very sweet and romantic country type girl. These were basically hippie dolls, but you know, commercialized Mattel hippie dolls. But they can be very sweet, again, without those staring weird eyes. So the head goes well with more, you know, idealized rural clothes, as well as with probably groovy 70s clothes. If I wanted to go that direction, I don't think this will fit. This is made for the Blythe body. It won't fit the Francie body. So this was made for Momoko, so it's actually, Francie's shoulders are a little broader than Momoko, even though Momoko was heavily based on Francie. Yeah, I might leave it with this Matisse print dress, just because it had been on Eliza for years. Well, I had Eliza in the Project Doll box so I could figure out how to fix her leg attachment, which Eliza's and one of the dressing dolls videos from the last one as well. Alright, shoes for Francie. Again, Francie's feet are larger than Barbie, and it's just a little more life foot size, so I could probably put these on her and ignore the fact. Is it split on both? Yeah, but no, it's not split on that one. Ignore the fact that the strap is split on one of them. But the dress itself has more ivory than white. That might not stop me. And the pink that's on the dress, I don't think it really goes with this more frilly look. Have I put Francie in? Francie might be able to wear the re-met shoes. Oh yes, Francie can wear the re-met shoes. Which is not an exact match for the greens in the dress, but it's close. How about Francie in the Kern weird angle heels? I think I put Francie in this before too. Oh yeah, I think we're going to go with the Kern weird angle heels. Do I have those in the correct? I think I have them on the correct feet. I think they're right versus left foot. I said there's such strange shoes. They're going to look weird no matter what doll feet you put them on. Alright. See, when I had Eliza in this, she had a lot of accessories. I might do a necklace if I can find a small one that will hug her neck and coordinate with the dress. Maybe. Oh, this one with the shells could work. Maybe. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Oh. I did have to use the Dremel to round out and open up the neck of this doll head to get it to fit on this body, so I might actually take a moment to pull her head off to put this necklace on. See, I wouldn't be brave enough to squish the head on like that with the original eyes in place, because there's a good likelihood that they would just break, because they said they are thin plastic but transparent. You know, you may have noticed without quite really noticing, but the more transparent a plastic is, the harder plastic it is. So the original eyes were hard, transparent plastic, translucent, and they broke quite easily, so squishing it onto the head, head onto the body like that, probably would have broken the original eyes had they still been in place, but they were not, so I could get away with that. And that's, I'm going to leave her there. I don't think she needs a handbag or anything like that. Can I get this close? My, my box is a little more full than it should be, so there can be challenges to closing it. Alright, doll wrap up. Rika, let's get her centered. Rika, with her actual shoes, a dress I made years ago, and a little crown in bright colors. Famosa Disney doll on a Blythe body, wearing a Blythe romper I made years ago, with pops of yellow that I agonized over placing strategically. And you were there for every minute. And Francie body with the black version of the Sunshine Family, which is called the Happy Family Mom Head, adapted to fit the body, and with the original eye chips removed, and just replace the black paint with a hint of gloss sealant, and that makes this doll so much cuter, if you ask me. So there is a 3 doll dressing dolls video. I'll probably record more today, but like I said, I'm going to limit it to 3 dolls because this is already an hour. So I'm trying to still get things under control as far as time and practicality goes. So thank you for watching. I hope my babble kept you company while you got stuff done too. I'll see you around.